Hey guys, it's Monday. Just a rest day to start the week, so just did an hour spin on the turbo and cracking on with errands for the day. So yeah, back's starting to feel better more, so going to do some mobility stuff to try and loosen that up a bit more, and then hopefully by tomorrow I'll be almost back to normal. So I've got a high torque sprint session on the indoor bike tomorrow, and then planned gym session, but I'm going to play the gym session by ear, obviously, because with my back, I've got back squats and deadlifts, so they shouldn't be too strenuous on my upper back. It's not the same as front squats. I'd be more wary on front squats, but obviously it's going to be a bit stressful, so need to make sure I'm ready for that. And if I'm not, then just dial back the weight. And front squats on Thursday, so hopefully my back just continues to get better, and then I can do some heavy front squats again on Thursday. But yeah, coming up with some training plan ideas. Big old spreadsheet open there. Kind of planning out some of my training for all of the year, so yeah, that's been fun. Hey guys, it's Tuesday. On the turbo for a session today where I've got sprints, high torque work, and then also an anaerobic test effort of 2 minutes. 6 max seated sprints followed by a 2-minute test effort, so did like 609 watts 4 weeks ago, so aiming to be up on that, but main thing is just going to be finishing the effort and not bailing on it like I did last week with the 1 minute effort, because that really messed me up. Then I'll move on to longer sprints, so 8-10 second seated sprints, see how those go. And once again, having a crack at 5x4 minutes at 87 newton meters, 410 watts, 45 RPM. Tried a couple of times before and not managed to do the full session. I've been improving session to session, managing to have more of my intervals be 4 minutes. The last session it was 4-4-4-3-3 minutes at 87. So yeah, see if I can get the 5x4 today. But if not, then I'll be trying something else like 7x3. Nice selection of fuel today. My mum gave me all these gels. It's only 22 grams of carbs per gel, so I'm like, well, I'm going to kind of have to have all of them. 5 gels, it's like only 110 grams of carbs. Like, it's nothing. That's why I don't bother with gels. Like, imagine having gels in a race. Like, if I do a 3-hour race, I'm going to have like 20 gels. Like, what? It's ridiculous. Yeah, because I was having gut issues last week. I think starting with, if I want to be on solid foods, then I'm having like gels or Haribos to start off with when I'm doing the intense stuff, and then when I'm onto the zone 2 at the end of the ride, I can eat jam sandwiches rather than starting on sugar water then going to jam sandwiches, which didn't play well with my gut. But Haribos is probably the way to go, to be honest. So I'll do that going forward now that I've used up these gels, because this is all of them. Also got some electrolytes in that bottle, so that's why it's looking all fancy and purple. And then jam sandwiches, of course. Aiming for 4 hours total on the turbo today, so yeah, it's going to be a decently long one. Crack on with it. Oh, I'm cooked. Really wasn't feeling anything special before today's session, and I did my 6 max seated sprints, and they weren't terrible, but they're probably lower than average. And then regardless, I'm cracking on with my 2-minute effort. My heart is so funny. I'm getting ready for the effort, my 5-minute spin or whatever, and my heart rate was climbing. I'm doing 200 watts. My heart rate climbs from 130 to 150, 55 or something before I even started. But yeah, whacked up the resistance. 4 weeks ago, I did it at 40% resistance on the Wahoo, and I put it in 40%, and I'm like, this feels a bit low, so went straight to 45, shifted down a gear, and yeah, I was pushing 650 odd compared to 600, and yeah, I felt comfortable, and I was pedaling at a lower cadence, like 100 RPM in this bigger gear, and it felt comfortable, which I think is definitely the high torque work paying off. That I'm able to be comfortable pushing a harder gear, and I'm pretty sure I was more efficient in that gear, to be honest. But I'm very used to spinning at 120 RPM for those sort of efforts, so I'd shift down a gear, do 120 RPM, and my power would come down a bit, but still generally staying afloat above 600. And yeah, just kept pushing through to the 2 minutes, and probably averaged 630, 640, which is really good. Really struggled on my 2-minute effort before, and yeah, that's coming up to the sort of number that I'd expect for my 2-minute effort. So yeah, that's really positive. And like I say, I felt like I was more efficient around that 100 RPM, but just muscle memory, I feel like spinning. But yeah, good to have both. And yeah, really good power BB. So did like 609 watts 4 weeks ago, and like I say, that was probably 6:30. Spin out for 5 minutes, and then my heart's just like, so give myself a little sit down, and then hop back on the bike for my sprints. So I got 8 10-second seated sprints. Like I say, my max sprints weren't feeling great, but well, they felt alright. It was just the power wasn't as high, the peaks, but it is what it is. What's that? 4th, 5th time lucky? Yeah, got it done. 5 by 4 minutes at 87 newton meters, probably 85. So like 45 RPM, 410 watts, probably more like 46 RPM, but still got it done. Managed my 5 4-minute efforts. So yeah, that was good because I've been struggling to get that. Next session on Saturday, try and do 6 by 4 minutes. Session after that, next Wednesday next week, try and do 7 by 4 minutes maybe. And then Sunday of next week, try and go for the 5 by 5, because I know from how much I struggle to move from 3-minute efforts to 4-minute efforts that going straight to 5 is just gonna blow me up. So yeah, really happy with that. Sick 2-minute effort, and then got my 5 by 4 minutes done. So whew, top up to 4 hours minimum, maybe 4.5, maybe 5 if I'm really feeling it. Complete this map I'm on my Whoosh for at least, I think that'll be about 4 hours, 3/4 of the way there now. So spin out a bit and then get back up to medium high zone 2. Thank you, Kendrick. Sweaty boy. Move on to sandwiches now. Have the last gel as well. Absolutely fantastic podcast with this guy, John Croom from the American Magic Sailing team. Like, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and yeah, that's one of the best I've listened to in a while. Just like such a down-to-earth guy, like an interesting perspective, like thinking about his retirement and like reflecting on why he's doing it, but still like pushing to a super high level. Obviously I'm trying to make a career out of this, but I don't really know where that's going to go because I'm coming to the sport really late. So just blanketly saying, oh, get into a world tour team, like not that straightforward, and I might be trying to go down a pathway of just doing the time trialing and figuring out how that would work if I just try and dominate the domestic scene and just do CTT racing, British Cycling Time Trial Championships, and then if I do well enough at that, it's like surely they'd have to select me for Worlds. Like if I came top 3 and Tarling's like the only other guy that's going, it's like surely they'd let me have that spot. But I don't know how it works, because a domestic rider going to World Championships, like that's really unheard of, I think. So it's like track cycling, trying to get into the team pursuit squad, building a team pursuit squad for LA 2028, but then I'd need to be like so good for that I'd bump off the guys who have been in the track program for 10 years or whatever since they were youngsters. But yeah, just keep training, keep doing well, keep improving, win CTT titles next year, put my hat in the ring at the British Cycling National Time Trial Champs, and then go from there. Like, just keep getting better and doors will open. I'll see what opportunities I can get to race higher level races, and keep enjoying it. Keep enjoying the process, training hard. 4 hour 40, that'll do me. Stomach responded well this session, so gels, then jam sandwiches worked out alright, which is good, because I struggled last week. So I know that like gels or Haribos to start off with, then moving on to solid food works alright, and avoid going liquid then solid or solid, because solid for the high intensity work just wasn't able to digest it and just made me feel sick. So yeah, this worked alright. 5:30 now, so need to hop off, eat, and then I'll go to the gym, see how that goes. But yeah, good session, really good 2-minute effort, and did my high torque work, so yeah, can't complain. Also, since I had 5 different gels in this order, I think I'd go ahead and rate them. So I had blackcurrant apple, pineapple, tropical, orange. I've only had orange in the past, and orange is alright, but yeah, probably rearrange it. Can't remember. I had the apple early on, so it's hard to tell. But orange is alright. Apple was good. Pineapple was alright. These two were kind of shit. Wasn't a fan. So yeah, normally started weak, and then orange is alright. And I've got a pack of oranges before, but yeah, wouldn't be going with the mixed because these ones, they're not horrible. Yeah, they're just a bit weird. They just didn't taste very good. Core sensor gone into a bugged state, so if I shake it, green light's not coming on. I know it's got plenty of charge, so I'm gonna have to factory reset it, so it's gonna lose the data from today. And it was recording core temperature to my Wahoo, but if I factory reset it and then connect it to the app, it's not going to have any data, so it's not going to back anything up to the app to give me better insights. But at least I have some of the data from what the Wahoo recorded. So yeah, I'll factory reset that, see if that works. There we go. At least it's not broken now. Definitely a beta product. Hey guys, Wednesday. Not doing any off-roading, just taking some cover from the wind. Yeah, been out for 2 hours with Zach and then topping up to around 3 hours. So 3 hours of staying too. Yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice. Pretty wet roads, lots of spray, so like pretty mucky. But yeah, get home, wash the bike, clean it, clean the drivetrain, and then it's going to be nice tomorrow. It's going to rain again tonight, but then it's a nice day tomorrow. It's been chuffing windy, I tell you that. Jesus. When you get out onto the tops of the peak, like so exposed and catching some proper crosswinds. But yeah, heading back up into a big old headwind now, at like 2 hours 40, so be a bit over 3 hours after a big day on the bike yesterday and a good gym session. Massive day yesterday, but yeah, got it done. And aiming for a big one tomorrow as well. Solid ride that. Time to clean the bike. Nice mud tan lines there. In my face. Hey guys, Thursday, out for 4.5, 5 hour ride, zone 2 ride today. Absolutely gorgeous day, looking lovely blue skies. It's colder, it was like surprisingly warm yesterday, just got up to like 13 degrees or whatever, but it was properly wet. I mean, it rained a lot last night, but it's still been super windy out here, so a lot of the roads dried out. A lot of them are still wet, but it's not like that dirty rain where you're just getting mud sprayed up. But yeah, like I say, lovely blue skies, and like 3 and a bit hours in now. Just stop for a wee, track on with the next hour and a half before dark. Tapping away. Last half an hour, 45 minutes. Not quite 5 hours, but still some quality time in the saddle there. Yeah, at least 5 hours of marinating in the bib shorts. Yeah, solid ride that. Hey guys, it's Saturday. Session on the turbo today. Sprints and high torque work. Just finished all my sprints and yeah, not feeling great. Those were really hard. Like I'd expect to be suffering like that if I'd done an anaerobic effort, but yeah, no anaerobic effort today. Just 6 max seated sprints and then 8 max seated 10-second sprints, and yeah, they were hard, man. Having to sit down for a minute, and then I'll spin a little bit and then crack on with the high torque work, and aiming for 6x4 minutes at 87 Newton meters. So I managed 5x4 minutes last session, so I'll see if I can match that 5x4, then try and do another set. But it might be the case that I do 4x4 minutes and then like 2x3 minutes. But yeah, just trying to get as much time at 87 Newton meters as possible. Just see how I can do that. Yeah, feeling rough. Obviously I had a big start to the week, so yeah, maybe that's catching up to me. But I kind of like that idea of kind of going hard at the start of the week, and then if you're feeling a bit fatigued, so obviously I'm going to be judging fatigue based on if I can get the session done, like what my sprint power numbers are looking like. So I don't think my sprint power numbers are that down today, but if they're like significantly down, then you're like, okay, that's a good sign that you're overreaching a bit too much maybe. So then you dial it back, but then you like start the week as you mean to go on. So if you're feeling great, then you have a really good start, big start to the week, and then a big finish as well, and then you have a really big week in the legs. But then if you start big and then you're feeling a bit of fatigue, you can ease off the gas, but then still have like a decent training week, and then you're feeling good going into next week. This time last week I hurt my back, so I had to ease off on the Saturday and Sunday, because I hurt my back on the Friday night, and then just did an easy 2-hour zone 2 on Saturday, easy 3-hour zone 2 on the Sunday, and then rest day on the Monday, and then I had a fantastic 2-minute effort on Tuesday. So see how these high torque efforts go, and if I'm pushing on or easing off. Another successful session executing the planned workout. So yeah, 6x4 minutes, 87 Newton meters. So that's 410 watts, 45 RPM. First ones were definitely around that 45, 46. Last one I was swinging probably at 48. And yeah, like decent big rest in between just to get myself fully recovered, because I'm all about the quality of these, because they are like essentially VO2 max efforts, like, so shortening the rest is like, no, I'd rather just try and bump up the volume, and if I need to rest longer, I need to rest longer. Plus sometimes longer rests don't even help me, like around 6 minutes seems to be that sweet spot. If I go longer than that, sometimes I feel worse for the next effort. But yeah, good progress, and based on how I was struggling at them for the last few weeks, going to 6x4 minutes rather than trying 5x5, I think that's definitely the right call, because I was like really hard but just about manageable. The next session I'll try and do 7x4 minutes, and then I'll finally try 5x5 minutes, because that extra minute is, whew, I know from moving up from 3 to 4 minutes how hard that was. I'll have a look at my numbers afterwards, but like I was mentioning, I don't feel my sprints were very good, and my heart rate climbs up on those efforts, but I feel like I'm recovering from them better. Maybe that's why the heart rate's not high. It's only like getting to like 175 rather than 180. I'm less fresh than my session on Tuesday, so touch and go, but I think I'll ease off tomorrow and maybe do just 3 hours zone 2. That'll take me to 22 hours for the week, which is still really good. 18 hours last week, then 22 this week, and then aim for 24 next week. Also, if I do a slightly shorter ride tomorrow, gives me a bit more energy for Monday, Tuesday, because I'm going to do 4 days on and take Christmas as a rest day. So yeah, 4 days on rather than 3 days on, so try and get some good volume that Monday, Tuesday, and yeah, a little bit easier tomorrow, I reckon. So top up to, I'm 3 hours into this now, top up to a bit over 4 hours, 4 hours 20. Still got my sandwiches to eat. Didn't feel great, but Haribo's was working. They're hard to eat, man. When you're struggling, you're like, you can't just nose breathe. Even on my recovery, so I'm doing 200 watts, because I've just done some sprints or whatever. It's hard to eat the Haribos. Like, I want to mouth breathe a little bit. Try and chomp on Haribos, and they're quite hard to chomp down on sometimes. But yeah, that works better than taking liquids, then solids, go on more solids, a little bit of electrolyte mix, in a bottle, that red stuff. Just had a couple of sachets. Use a sachet, put some extra sugar water, sugar and salt in there as well. Whole bag of Haribos, and then electrolyte, sipping on electrolyte mix. And now that I'm just spinning out the leg zone 2, I'll move on to the jam sandwiches. Whew. Yeah, good high torque work. Not sure about the sprints, but maybe the numbers are decent. I'll have a look. There we go, 4 hours 20. That'll do me. And like I say, probably do 3 hours zone 2 on the turbo tomorrow. And it's still meant to be super windy. It's been like 50 mile an hour plus winds today, which I was out the last few days and probably like 40 mile an hour winds from BBC Weather. And some of it was pretty sketchy. So yeah, we'd have been a bit dodgy out there today. So nice and safe on the turbo. Obviously I had the session as well, which I need to do on the turbo because I want to keep it all consistent, and doing these high torque efforts in erg mode is much more consistent for me. You can do them outside, which I did a little bit last year, but I'd rather do them all in the same location and consistently track workout to workout. Yeah, good sesh. Hop off now. Big sesh, big sesh. Oh. Hey guys, it's Sunday, ending the week with 3 hours zone 2 on the turbo. Still super windy out, so just want to get it done indoors. And then weather's actually really nice for Christmas week, the festive 500 week, so probably get out a lot next week, so that'll be nice. Been a solid week. 3 hours today will top me up to 22 hours for the week, about 1100 TSS. Maybe on the verge of too much, but if that's the case, then I'll dial it back a little bit next week. But if not, push on. Full steam ahead. Not worrying so much about the gym work next week. Maybe get a couple of sessions done, but yeah, a bit more relaxed with that. It's also my birthday today, so hopping off now and then go spend time with the family. That'll be nice. I was spending some time in the TT position, I promise. I was. Big changes in the FTP, boys. I've only ridden zone 2 so far on Training Peaks Virtual.